These are stories about my reluctant and courageous journey into understanding my emotions and what I learned. I'm super grateful for the questions that you ask because they are guiding me on this fantastic adventure. This week's topic comes from Chris, who wanted to know how to find balance when things are hard. So, this week's topic is about using humor to find balance when things are hard. In this video, I'll focus on a time when I recognized that things were hard. In the next video, I'll focus on a time when things were hard and I realized I could use humor. Then, I'll talk about a time I found it easy to shift into humor when things were hard. In the next video, we'll meditate, and then you get to watch the Fridity or the Friday Ditty where I wrap it all up and I get a little poetic and a little nerdy. All the videos will appear in the playlist Using Humor to Find Balance When Things Are Hard. So, if you have a question, like Chris did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. So, the big question, how do you know when things are hard? That is actually a really great question. I'm so glad I came up with it. I think that I know things are hard when I'm thinking they're not fair, when I'm feeling that tension inside of me, when my thought process goes to crap and everything is wrong. Like I start making really icky assumptions. And last week we talked about power and control. I think I know when things are hard is when I'm really trying to control situations. Maybe something is hard in one area of my life, but I start controlling in other areas of my life. And that is almost, well, I would say that is not almost, that is a tip to me of, oh, something is happening that must be hard right now. And how do I cope when things are hard? That's a really great question. I know that we're going to be talking about humor this week, but I didn't learn to use that as a tool until much later. And I think what I would do when things got hard is I would isolate because it was safe and easy. So things would be hard and I would just get quiet or go to my room, just spend time alone. And I don't know if that's because I was processing the things that are hard, or if that was more of a coping mechanism. I think that the other thing that I do that helps me cope is meditate, but excuse me, I don't know if that's, like, I'm trying to think of the beginning when things were hard. I think I would complain. I was really great at complaining. But now I think it's more, okay, so this is what is happening. It is hard. I think I notice the feelings in my body, so I try to be consciously aware. I try to feel the feelings or let them flow through me. For instance, yesterday, I was trying to figure something out and I was frustrated. Things were hard. And so to release that pressure, I would go move around, or sometimes I would just, walk around and be like, rawr, which is my favorite little saying, RAWR, because it just helps me remember that it's just an emotion. It's okay that things are hard. That means I'm learning something. And then I could get excited that I'm learning something. It doesn't take away the frustration. It just allows me to make it through a little bit easier. So how did I know? How did I know I'd be able to make it through a hard time again after an initial hard time? I am not certain that I was consciously aware that I was going to make it through the next one, because You see, I used to have this idea that if I just got things right, or if I just got through this hard time, then there wouldn't be any more hard times. But that is not life. Life has these learning situations, and sometimes we need those ups and downs. We need those hard times to learn new things about ourselves, or be reminded of things that we once knew that we now forgot. And so it's actually pretty normal to have tough times. I just think that as a society, we don't really acknowledge or talk about that. It's not what we market about. Oh, I'm going through my hard time, I'm going to celebrate that. If anything, on some level, maybe we do market to it. We say, oh, you're depressed, you're sad, that's wrong, you need to be happy. And that's not true. It's not wrong to have hard things happen. It's not wrong to be sad. It's not wrong to not be 100% in joy all the time. And I think that can be damaging, that we don't say, oh, gosh, it's time for sadness. And it makes sense that you're sad, and it makes sense that this is hard. Absolutely. And then sitting with that person in it. I think that makes it easier. So I think that looking back, it took me a while to figure out. I think it took a couple of times, even as an adult, to get through those hard times, to go, oh, there might be hard times again. There might not, but I know I can get through them this time. So I would love to hear from you. How have you used humor when life felt hard? These videos will be located in the playlist, Using Humor to Find Balance When Things Are Hard. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.